Okay, so I'm not coloring. I have a different idea that I want to show you today. Normally, well, not normally, always, I make my color swatches for all my pencils. Okay, well, then I thought, when I go to put my pencils in the book, and especially these newest ones by Castle Arts, I ordered the one where they come in the books. And I'm like, once I take out 2 or 3, then I'm having to go back and look at my swatches to make sure I get everything back in the right order, just to make it easier to find. So I came up with this idea. I went to the printer and I just lined up all across the top and printed. Okay, so I came out with this. And I'm like, okay, it's got the numbers, I can see them, but I can't read it. So then I went and I laid a piece of paper over the bottom part of the pencils once they were lined up and printed again. And ended up with this. Alright, so I thought, okay, that's going to work. So the next thing I did, yes, this is going to be a short video. So the next thing I did then was opened the book up and came through and started coloring across for each color. And see, like, this dark color really is that pencil. So all the more reason that it's good to do some sort of swatches. This is not the right pencil. No, this is the one next to it. So, not that it's probably going to matter that much, but I will erase that. All right, so then I took each pencil, and I'm not being super neat or anything, just getting the color on there. Okay, now the reason for adding the color, simply when I run out of a pencil, I can visually see what color used to be there if I'm wanting to go to a different brand pencil. Does that make sense? So, and it doesn't matter, how messy this is, because it's not really going to show that much. But let me show you what I did next then. Next thing is to get my paper cutter from up here. And I am going to see how much room I actually have before I get to the elastic band that goes across here. Can you see that? There, that'll show it better. See the elastic band? So now I'm measuring, and I see that I can go down to about here. So I'm just going to put a little fold line there. Let's move this out of the way. Yes, this is very involved. This is not for somebody that doesn't have time to actually spend doing this. So I know that my cut line is going to be about where that was. All right, so line that up, come across, then I'm going to cut off the extra on the ends. I do love this cutter. This is from Hobby Lobby, and I've had it for a little while. I think I did a review on it once. I can't remember for sure. But yeah, it cuts for file folders. It opens up and cuts really large sheets. So it's a nice cutter. I do a lot of scrapbooking. I'm actually scrapbooking a series of binders for our granddaughter for the time she spends with us. Now see, So that's why it didn't matter how sloppy it was, because you're going to cut that off anyway. Okay, next, I'm going to go ahead and finish this side off too. I'm going to leave just a smidge of that black showing. And that's the only thing I don't like about the cutter, is it doesn't cut right here, it cuts in some. All right, so cut across there. And I do need to change out my blade. In fact, I don't think I've ever changed this cutting blade out. Okay, next step. Cut her out of the way. And yeah, I try to clean up as I go so that I don't get a big mess up here. So, all right, next then. This is Dollar Tree cutting mat, and I just keep them close at hand for undercoloring pages and to have whenever I'm working. Yeah, just took off my jacket. I was getting warm. All right, so this is a craft mat. Anything that gets on there, paint, whatever, it just comes right off. So craft mats are a great investment. Use your coupon, get it when you can. Tape. Now this is Dollar Tree stuff, I think. And I'm going to do the front side first. This is the time that if this is something you decide you want to do and you have a laminator, it's a great time to use your laminator. Okay, I just decided I wanted to get rid of those shadows. When I put on this first layer, I'm going to use my pinkies to hold and my fingers to hold down. I'm going to overlap at the middle just a bit. Start in the middle, go out, go out. You want this front side as smooth as possible. All right, so that's why we're starting on the front and not the back. But yeah, if you wanted to laminate, you could get all of these ready and then stick them all in one laminating sheet or two, depending on how many colors you have. And they could come out like super stiff and it would last a whole lot longer. I'm not that particular. Okay, so across that middle, down smooth. Just use my fingernails. You can use any kind of a flat surface that you have that's for burnishing, whatever. Just to get all those lines out. Then this peels right up. See how easy that works? If I'd have done that on another surface, I probably would have had to have fought it. Okay, that's down. Now I'm going to do the back. Now if I get ripples in it and stuff, I'm not as concerned. I just want to get it covered, front and back. And I don't want it to jump up there, so I am going to hold that down again. Start in the middle. Go down. Hey, no ripples. Top part. And yes, I've wasted some tape. I didn't have to pull near that much out, but anyway. And then I used the scissors to trim this instead of my paper cutter, just because if there's any stickum, I can get stickum off my heavy duty scissors with some Goo Gone, and it saves my blade on my cutter. Okay, get off, stop. All right, and then here, and I'm just leaving a slight border just cutting around this. Don't make it hard. You don't have to measure. You're not, you know, having to be real perfect unless you want to be. And then you'll want to color better than I did if you're wanting to be perfect on it. And you can measure that out and draw rectangles and like that's pencils and actually stay in the lines and stay straight. Like I said, I'm just junking through this. Put the trash in the trash so it doesn't grab onto anything. Okay, now this is my second one. This was my first one. And you can see they are different lengths. The reason for that is because in the book they are different lengths. So now I'm going to come into my book. Here's the yellow one. I'm going to slide it under. And it should go right down to that edge. Okay, it should go down some more. Okay, let's take out a pencil. Really move that down. Okay, there we go. And then that says 80 or 08, so I know that 08 goes there. Okay. Then the next section, and this section's the one that's a little bit longer. It does go all the way across from here to here. And so then I take this and I just slide it behind, slide it underneath there, push it down. If I can get the edge of that, pull it all the way down in there. And there's the pencils lined up on top. So let's say I'm using all three of these pencils at the same time. They're all pulled out and I'm ready to put them back and I don't know what order. Well, there very clearly it says 15. So I know that one goes in there. And then I've got 21 and 22. So 21 and 22. And my pencils are automatically back in the same order as my swatches. So it's just going to make things easier to find in the long run. I don't know if this is anything anybody will do or not. I've got several more pages to go if I decide to complete this. I have already run them all off, so that part's done. But anyway, yeah, so just a little quick video on another way to do some labeling so that when it's time to put your pencils back up, you're not having to go through each and every one. And if you have a pencil that is empty because you've used it all, then you can actually look there and say, okay, what color is that in, say, my Crayola or in my Polychromos or whatever pencil. Okay, so there's that. And that's it. So like I said, it was a very, very basic video, not very detailed. So let me know in the comments, is it too big of a hassle? Is it something you think you would do in the future? Have you seen it done somewhere before? I don't know. So I have crazy things pop in my head all the time. And yes, my cough is a lot better. We are healing nicely. So thank you for all of the well wishes on that. And we have Christmas tomorrow, Sunday, with our kids. So very excited for that. Everybody seems to be healthy. And that's it. So hopefully I get a thumbs up. And I will see y'all in a few days. Thanks for watching. Bye.